do something else instead. There is this tag going around on BookTube, so that's like bookish YouTube, called "Your answer can't be books" tag. Now, I wasn't really tagged, so I thought that I would do it on my ASMR channel instead and not on my BookTube channel, because I thought that it's like a little weird to do it on there. I don't know. I have talked about books a lot on my channel. However, I haven't really talked about other stuff. So basically, the point of this tag is to talk about other stuff and not books. It's pretty self-explanatory. The tag was originally created by BookButts. And there are only 6 questions, so I think I will have to ramble a lot, because I could probably be done with this tag in like 7 minutes, and then it will be too short for an ASMR video. Alright, I do have the questions right here. Okay, now let's get right to it. Question number 1. What is something that you own way too many of other than books? So if you have seen my bookshelf reorganization video, you probably know that I own way too many books. Even like, this bookshelf that you see behind me, those are not all the books that I have. I do have way too many. However, I also do own a lot of, let's see if I can say it on like the first try, jewelry. There you go, nailed it. Especially when I was younger, I used to wear a lot of different necklaces and rings and all that, and I think I was around like 13 when I started. I would wear different necklaces like every day. I had my favorites, however I did own like, I would say maybe 100 necklaces at the time. Those are all like really cheap necklaces, that you can buy for like few dollars, but obviously I didn't care, I was 13, and by the way, I still don't care till this day, so there you go. But I still do own a lot of jewelry from that time, and also, this is so funny, like when I was 14, 15, I've changed my style, maybe 16, around that time. I think I was around like 15, 16. I stopped wearing those necklaces, and I only had these, how would I describe it, like these huge flower necklaces. Like, it's hard for me to describe it, but those were basically like rock flowers, except they were not made out of like expensive rocks, and maybe they were even from plastic, I don't even know. And I would wear them to school every single day, and I only wore sweaters. Like, that was my style back then. My friends still make fun of me till this day, so I wasn't wearing hoodies or blousers, any of that sort. No, it was only sweaters and a huge flower necklace on my neck, and that was my go-to style. And I think I wore this until I graduated, till I was like 18. That was my thing. So yeah, it was very strange now that I think about it. Like, but who cares, right? It was high school. Who cares? And I only wore black jeans too. Like, it was just really skinny black jeans, sweater, and a huge flowery necklace. Now that I think about it, maybe I should find one so I can show it to you, so you know what I'm talking about. Give me a minute. I'm back, and I found 3 of those, so let me show them to you. I hope this will not be too loud. This was my favorite one. Because it matched anything. Yeah, this is what I'm talking about. wasn't like huge or anything. This one is pretty alright. Like, you probably wouldn't even notice it if I had it. I do have others though. Okay. Oh no, it's kind of tangled. So this one, you could probably notice more. I also wore this one a lot because it went with everything. It's like this really black and gold necklace. Again, flowers, like, it's pretty noticeable, you know. Especially because I only wore like one colored sweaters. So yeah, this one. Also wore this one a lot. And then I have a third one. And this one is probably the most noticeable out of all of them. You can see like these really like red and gold flowers. Again, I wore this one a lot, and I think I only wore this one only with like white sweaters. So yeah. I can hear a plane coming, so I'll stop for a minute. Okay, I think the plane is gone. I live really close to this tiny airport. Like, it's not even a national airport, it's literally just a small airport. I think it might be even private, I don't know. But there are some planes that go around for, I don't even know, like trips. Like, there are some people who own planes that they just go around like this constantly, so they might come back pretty soon. Alright, so let me put this back. Also, I've stopped buying jewelry when I turned like 18, 19. I still get some jewelry from time to time, but I only wear now pretty much the same necklace. Like, I wear like the same 3 necklaces only, but I still do own all of that jewelry from, you know, back then. I can still hear the plane. Oh, I also forgot that I used to collect owls when I was like 15 till 18. I don't know why, I just have way too many owls, and I think I will do an owl collection at some point and like do triggers and tapping on them. There's not much you can do with them other than tapping, but yeah, I do have maybe, I don't know, 40 different figures of owls too. Don't ask me why, like, owl was my favorite animal. It still kind of is, and I would get these owls as gifts a lot. So I do own way too many of them. I don't know what I'm gonna do with them. I need to clean up the space anyway, so once I will do that, I will film a video with it and do like an owl figures collection video. Yeah. Alright, let's move on to the second question. What is something that you do for fun that's not reading a book? And okay, like the first thing that came to my mind is singing, and technically it's not like a hobby, it's something that I do for fun. I do have a story with that as well, because when I was like 12, 13, I was really bullied at school, and I was isolated from everybody. Like, these group of girls, I will talk about this another time, but this group of girls like basically isolated me so much that I didn't talk to anybody, and I would always go home and sing for hours and hours because I've got so many like built up emotions and anger and frustration that when I went home I had to like let it out somehow, and I think it kind of stayed with me since then. Like, right now I'm not really singing for hours and hours, that's not possible. voice, which I never actually learned. I know how to belt, I don't know how to use mixed voice. And it was like my main thing back then. It's funny, like right now, because of that, I think I'm actually like a decent singer. I'm not really talented, I wouldn't say that, because I didn't sing great back then, and now I think it's like at least decent. But because of that, because of my bullying, I became like somewhat of a decent singer. I never sang on my channel. I don't know if I will sing honestly on my channel. Maybe at some point. But then I think I would only have to use like the soft spoken voice because that's fitting for ASMR. I don't know, we'll see what happens. So yeah, even till this day, like if I'm not feeling great, I just sing my heart out, and trust me, it helps. But only when nobody else can hear me. Because I'm too embarrassed. Yeah. I used to sing like Adele and all those like big, female singer songs, and I was so bad in the beginning. I actually listened to it because I have recorded myself, and I do have like hours and hours of footage of just me singing, probably like maybe 1,000 hours worth of singing. I was young, I didn't have anything else to do, I guess. And I still have those videos. I have looked at, like I said, I don't know, like a few months ago, I have found those videos and I was like, oh my god, what was I doing? But then some of those videos weren't that bad. Like the longer I was singing, the longer I was practicing, the better it got. I think, yeah, it's still like my go-to thing that I do for fun, I would say, other than reading. I used to learn choreographies too, but now I don't anymore. That was fun too, at least I was moving a little bit, because I don't really work out these days and I feel like I should, but I'm too lazy and I don't have as much time, so yeah. Alright, question number 3. What is something special or important on your nightstand that's not a book? So I didn't really have to think too hard on this. It's this mini figure of Saint Theresia that was given to me by my grandma years ago. Fun story. Let me show it to you. When I was young, she already had it. I don't know when she got it. I don't think she told me. I have to ask her. But she used to say that it's Virgin Mary. It's like this really tiny figure. Okay, there you go. I have to be really careful so it looks like this. It's really, really, really tiny. And she said that it's Virgin Mary. And I believed for years that it's actually Virgin Mary. Until yesterday when I also bought some like audiobooks there as well, and they were on CDs. And this was about 4 years ago. Yeah, I think that's it pretty much. I don't have any great answer to this question. Okay, question number 5. What's a fun gift that you've received that wasn't a book or a gift card for books? Okay, I think I've mentioned this on my channel before, that I get books as gifts a lot. A lot of the books that I have were gifts that were just given to me over the years, literally. So I do have to think like kind of hard about this question. I think about it, I usually get some like crafting things, like DIY supplies, stuff like that. I really like that. I don't know, for some reason this came to my mind when I was younger. I got this like kitchen as a gift that had some food made out of wood. I don't know why, it just came to me like that. And I also got a shop, like a tiny shop, not like real one. I meant like a toy, but I could sit inside it. It was like this tiny like house made out of wood, and I could sit in it and like sell stuff. That was my favorite go-to thing. I don't know why I keep thinking about like childhood gifts right now. Yeah, but I think that was like one of the best gifts that I have ever received. I think I was around 8 or 7, maybe 6 even. Yeah. I also get the candles from time to time as gifts too. I do burn them when usually when I clean. I don't know. I don't like the after smell. I don't know if that's a word in English, but you know what I mean? Like when you clean, there's this kind of like after smell of different products that you use. I hate that. I have to burn a candle to kind of make it go away, and of course I open a window too. Yeah. I think that's it. I'm pretty sure I'm forgetting a few important gifts, but I can't really think of anything else right now. Yeah, there you go. I also got this graduation hat pretty recently when I've graduated uni. That was also a fun gift, because here in the Czech Republic you don't have those typical like graduation hats, if you know what I mean. So I got one. Okay, yeah, I think that's it pretty much. And I'm definitely forgetting some fun gifts, but yeah, let's just move on. Next question, and this is actually the last question technically, because the next question is tag 5 booktubers, but since I'm technically not doing this on booktube, I'm not gonna tag anyone. Okay, so the last question is, what's a YouTube channel that you watch that's not related to books? And this is pretty easy. Pretty much any ASMR channel out there. I watch a lot of ASMR, not as much as I used to. Right now I watch it only when I need to relax, or maybe when I need to do some work that it's kind of unpleasant. Yeah, when I was writing my thesis, I sort of got used to listening to ASMR as a way to focus. It made me sleepy, but I still listen to it. And right now, even if there's something that I have to do and that's really not pleasant, I just listen to ASMR to make it kind of better. I do have a couple of favorite channels. I watch a lot of channels about books these days, ASMR channels. I combine the two things together. ASMR, Vita ASMR, oh I would forget her, Goodnight Moon, Soy ASMR, a lot of I do watch a lot of ASMR artists, Decaf, Math ASMR, Soft ASMR, Marona ASMR, Gwen Quiz ASMR, Isabel Imagination ASMR, Tiffany's ASMR Corner. She's not really posting as much these days. Let me see. Creative Calm ASMR, The French Whisper. I watch his videos. They are absolutely amazing. I watch them all the time, but I always want to focus on what he is saying. So it's kind of hard for me to watch his videos because I don't want to watch them to fall asleep, because I want to pay attention to what he is saying. Latte ASMR, Dean ASMR, African Kosa ASMR, Hello ASMR, Readers ASMR, Library of Whispers ASMR. Yeah, we could be here for hours probably. Eddie, I don't know how I should pronounce her name. I'm gonna say Eddie ASMR. Hannah ASMR, Sunny ASMR, Sarah Lavender ASMR, Ting Ting ASMR, even though she's not really posting these days. Yeah, we could talk about, I could be here for hours, we could talk about different ASMR artists for a very long time, but I think I'm gonna end this video right now. I hope you have enjoyed it. I hope you have enjoyed my rambling. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for your support. If you're still here, if you're sleeping already, that's totally fine.